Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous Superstar Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. It is going to be on the 12th of August that we are going to have this month's full moon. Now, I have to say that this full moon is rather challenging, given that this full moon is taking place in fellow air sign Aquarius. Well, this part of the sky is decidedly worldly for you. And yet, I think that because it's in your element, you'll be able to tap into this energy in a way that works for you that much more. This is a part of the sky that has to do with things like long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, legal matters, as well as the political, philosophical, and spiritual beliefs that guide your life. And so this is a full moon. Full moons tend to bring things to conclusion or culmination. They help to bring things to a close or help you to get really honest about how you really feel. Perhaps finally acknowledging the truth that's been there in front of you all along, but you haven't wanted to look at it just yet. The full moon is going to be hand in hand with Saturn in the sky. So there is this sense of a reality check moment. There's also some sense of restriction there as well. And we've got Uranus speaking in a conversation of tension to this full moon. Whatever does happen, it will be part of facilitating a breakthrough, some larger change now. For many Geminis out there, this energy is very personal. It has to do with looking at, examining, and breaking free of limiting beliefs, looking at those philosophies and even your political beliefs that have guided your life, helped you make sense of the world, where it's working for you, but more importantly, where it no longer is. It's about having a sweeping sense of your place in the world in new ways that ultimately do ground you, even if having those beliefs challenged, if only for a moment, makes you feel uncomfortable. It's a necessary part of strengthening your understanding as to where you're ready to change or evolve, or where it is you can find a depth of appreciation as to what it is that you believe. It could be at this time that you feel your beliefs are challenged, perhaps very directly. That is possible now as well. Outside of that, though, this energy can be very practical as well. If you are engaged in a legal matter, well, you may have to address that, bring things to a close very quickly under a sky like this. I will say that the chance to bring an ongoing matter to a close may come up very suddenly. And yet we've got Saturn there, which does suggest that whatever does transpire, I'm not seeing a windfall in any case. It'll either be a result that feels fair or it feels measured, sort of middle of the way, not necessarily a windfall at a time like this. If it is that you are in an institute of higher learning, there may be matters playing out there right now that have you examining your role differently, whether as student or faculty. And in the process, helping you to redefine what you understand as the importance of your role there and what you want to be doing there and how you want that to change and evolve at a time like this. In some very extreme examples, this could be very sudden changes that take you very much by surprise in these environments, and yet you find your way forward. And yet whatever's happening now ultimately can be part of a larger stability that finds you in the fullness of time. Now, as we navigate further on the 27th of the month, we will have this month's new moon. And this new moon takes place at the foundation of your chart, having to do with home, having to do with your understanding of your roots, of your family of origin, your understanding of your living space and how you feel about it as well. Whereas full moons that I spoke of earlier bring things to culmination, it is new moons that represent new beginnings. They are seed moments. But here's the thing with this new moon, we've got this new moon speaking in a conversation of tension. with Mars. And at this point, Mars is in your sign, moves into your sign this month, right around the 20th of the month. And so there is this sense on your part that you want things to be different and you're motivated to take action, to make things be different, to begin again in some way on a matter having to do with your living situation, having to do with your past, having to do with your feeling of being at home right where you are, perhaps in your own body, in your own skin, but also in your living space as well. This square of Mars that is playing out with this new moon, yes, it does suggest circumstances that feel frustrating. And yet there's also the potential here for new beginnings that you can feel really good about. For some, this is going to be a new understanding of your past and how it no longer has to have a hold on the direction you're going in, going forward from here. For others, this is going to be a newfound motivation to spend more time with your family of origin, but it could also be under the light of this new moon that your family of origin, if you know they're the kind of people who push your buttons, well, some of that may stir at a time like this. What I can say is that Mars can be purifying if we are willing to look at the responsibility for our own action and surrender the rest. Mars can help us to see the truth so that we no longer take the actions of others as personally. So that can be part of the liberation of this time. And yet, yeah, for some Geminis out there, this could be a time when it feels like family members are pushing your button a little bit. It's up to you to decide how you're going to navigate that. For others, this is going to be related to your living situation, buying, selling, moving, new roommate. All of that can feel like it needs to be addressed very quickly. Perhaps changes you're making seem impulsive to other people as well. And yet you will find a way to navigate forward from here. For all that, there's a real sense here of clarity, of strength as to what grounds you. And that ultimately makes you feel strong moving forward from here. Where it comes to matters of love, as I mentioned, we are going to have Mars move into your sign right around the 20th of the month. Mars moving into your sign is a very big deal. This is a wake-up call in all kinds of ways. Yes, in love, maybe love is extending it a little bit. Let's say in passion, right? This is a sense of you wanting to be connected to others, you feeling that much more alive and motivated to have intense interactions with other people. And that includes the romantic or passionate kind as well. And so this sense of waking up may take many Geminis out there by surprise, as your sign tends to be a lot more intellectual. And so you go from that sense of all of a sudden maybe being in a space where you're a little bit more mellow, where you're over the last month and a half needing to get a lot of rest, to all of a sudden feeling very awake. I want you to get used to this. And the reason I say that is because it isn't just about the fact that we've got Mars entering your sign this month, but once we navigate into next month, Mars will move into shadow in your sign. Once we navigate further, we are going to have Mars going retrograde as well later this year in your sign. You're going to have a very nice long stay of Mars in your sign for about 7 months. And so buckle up. It's going to be quite the ride, and there will be a whole Mars retrograde special to talk all about that. So be on the lookout for that. But having said that, I wanted to mention it now because, yes, at first, this energy is going to feel enlivening. It's going to feel thrilling. It's going to have you feeling like you want to act very quickly and impulsively in all kinds of ways, including in romance and attraction in particular as well. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, well, chances are you are likely going to have interactions, especially once we navigate past the middle of the month, that feel like a wake-up call of one kind or another. It can feel as if you are that much more courageous, that much more bold. There's a newfound desire to connect with other people, and that has you taking more chances as well. And that can be part of the fun. Of course, you want to stay connected to yourself. And what I mean by that is stay honest with yourself about your motivations. But at the same time, boy, are you ever gutsy. And that's going to lead to at least a few memorable moments before the month is even through and in the months ahead. For those of you just starting to date somebody, well, look, Mars is certainly an energy of truth. And where it is that a situation is less than ideal, Mars in your sign can make you feel frustrated that much more quickly as well. If you've kind of just accepted things, allowed things to sort of slide by with this person you're getting to know, chances are that's not going to work for you as we navigate further into the month and Mars is in your sign. Chances are you'll be a lot more honest with yourself about what you're really going for and whether or not this person can meet you there. If it is that this person is someone to navigate forward with, well, Mars entering your sign does denote that the likelihood for an increase of intimacy, especially the physical kind, becomes that much more likely. And for those of you in an established bond, well, look, there's a caution with Mars in your sign, and this is going to be a caution I'm going to remind you of in the months ahead. Normally, Mars spends a month and a half in your sign. You're going to get about 7 months of Mars in your sign right into the spring of next year. And so here we have Mars entering your sign, and Mars invites you to take ownership for the change you wish to experience, to accept what you cannot change, and to turn it over. Where it is that you are not actively taking action to support the changes you desire, this is where that energy can become projected, and it becomes very difficult to get along with your partner. You might become very frustrated with them as well. But this is also an energy of truth. And if it is that you are one of the small percentage of Geminis out there who's known that they're not in the right relationship for them, well, this is where your desire for change or frustration on that level is likely to feel very strong. Now, again, it's always up to you to decide what's right for you to do in light of your unique circumstances. But this is an energy of movement, of progress, and of actively participating in the changes that you wish to experience, whether that's within your relationship or in a different direction. What I love about this month for you, well, there's a lot here. It's a powerful astrological moment. I love how we do have Mars in your sign. It's not always going to be an easy energy, but boy, are there going to be moments that feel positively thrilling and exciting. This is an energy of truth. Get comfortable with it. I will say you are going to have this energy in your sign for an unusually long time, and the lessons you learn in the months ahead are going to stick with you for a very, very long time to come. Ultimately, you're understanding your truest desires, your passions, you're understanding what it is that lights you up. That is the spark of life within you. And these lessons, they matter. These lessons ultimately are the juice of life. And you are about to set on a journey of living life that much more fully. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership Rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded, exclusive video scopes, access to live events. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. Choose Your Membership Rate is on right now at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. I look forward to meeting you there in the Superstar space. Link is in the description below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.